Hello, everybody out there on the internet. Today, we're going to figure out if these Marvel Legends figures are going to be worth it. Of course, we don't know the prices yet, but they're pulling on some, I guess, heartstrings of a lot of us, some nostalgia, if you will.
Yeah. John, you're a
Um,
little you're a little hot out the gate. You had a whole introduction and you just started talking. Normally at the beginning of these streams, you do a little goofy kind of like you'll do a song, you'll do something like you came out like you're like doing like some kind of lecture at a college or something.
oh, um, hey, everybody.
Ah,
Glad to see that all of you are in attendance at the lecture today. But the important thing to know, no, this isn't a microphone. It's actually a clicker for the slide. Slide one.
John, I
Um,
think you would make a good college professor. I think
I know
like
I would.
okay,
I don't
well,
need you to tell me that.
well, I don't like that you take my compliment and you just. Oh, I was going to curse. Don't we not curse for the first 5 minutes? Isn't that how it works?
Well, you can curse as much as you want.
Uh,
By the way, I for anybody watching that does want to watch my channel, which is nobody, just kidding. It's on my other channel. Going forward, I'm gonna try to try to create content with a damn purpose. Oh, see, I cussed. So live streaming on Nostalgia Reboxed, and then probably stuff that hits things that are more our age. You know, like I don't want to not do that stuff, but most of my audience has become a younger group because of the Dragon Ball stuff, the anime stuff, whatever. And then you all kind of overlap when there's boobs. So we're just gonna try to keep these things a little more cleaned up on these two channels, I guess, because they don't watch these live streams. That's for sure.
why don't
Right.
they watch live streams?
I don't know. They're probably in school. I don't know. They're just not into it. And the topics usually are not related to what they care about, right? The live streams are catered more towards your audience and less than half of my audience these days. So
Yeah, well, my audience is a bunch of fucking rebels. You know what I mean? My
I know.
audience is
Yeah.
you know, they're
Did
not
you know
sitting
that?
there with their
Did you?
sweatshirts on in the back of the class like, what's this guy talking about, man? Show me some Dragon Ball Z, man.
According to Andor, those guys, they're just full of hope because rebellions are built on hope.
Yes.
So
Sorry, I haven't watched the new Andor. Is that the thing?
well,
So
it's a quote that's kind of famously comes from the movie Rogue One, but they
oh,
use
she's
it.
like, I'm a rebel, a rebel.
Well, there's that, yes, but Diego Luna is like rebellions are built on hope,
Right, that's true.
and
And
you
then
get
at
to
the
see
end,
where
they
that
all.
you get to see where that line comes from in season two.
Oh, okay. Are you caught up on season two?
No, got a few episodes to go, and since my girlfriend's out of town, we have like three left. It was like two nights before she's going out of town, and we're like, well, let's just like binge watch and try to get through all of them. But we don't start until like later in the evening, and we were like, there's probably like two left, so we can do this. And we look
Mhm.
through after we finish an episode, and there's like five more, and we're like, oh my god, there's so many
Yeah,
episodes.
that's.
So,
I feel like that's their best show, though.
yeah, it's the best story like across the board. Rogue One, Andor season 1, Andor season 2, like that's the stuff that we need more of. You know,
Yeah,
don't
that's
we
like.
don't need it to be like so obviously in the Star Wars universe. Just tell us stories. And there's things in that show that like you're like, "Oh, they have news and TV." And then there's some things where it's just like, "You know what? We're just going to be our own thing." And you see that, and it opens up some new ideas in the Star Wars universe. Of course,
Well, I
the
like that
comics and
it's
stuff
kind of.
probably had that.
Yeah, I like that it's also kind of like a realistic approach on Star Wars, and it doesn't have like all the goofiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. I feel like that's yeah. I don't know, John. I don't know a lot about Star Wars nowadays. Okay, don't fucking don't make me talk and to talk about it. Okay, I know a little
wow.
bit about Andor. I know Rogue One. Spoiler alert: they all die at the end. Um, I know the Darth Vader hallway scene, and that's all I know about like new Star Wars. All right, and I know that I went to Star Wars Land in Disneyland, and then somebody corrected me. Somebody was very offended that I called it Star Wars Land. They're like, it's called I don't know what they call it, but Star Wars Land. Let's fucking face it. Relax.
Yeah. Wait, are you sure that we need to relax, buddy?
Oh, sorry. Oh, by the way, Flipboard invoices are still going out.
According to your name.
Yes, I thought we've had a lot of people asking, which I like that they're asking. You know what I mean? I'd rather they ask, hey, did all the invoices go out than like, oh, that stupid figure, fuck that, and fuck you. Like, I don't want that. You know, I get enough of those texts. But some people have asked, they said, hey, yo, what up? They'll DM me. They'll say, what up, Mad Hatter? Or they'll email me and they say, what up, Mad Hatter? And they think that like somebody at my level is reading those emails. Guys, that's like sending is what's the guy that created Apple? Steve Jobs. Like,
Well,
is he
he's
still
dead.
alive? That's like sending an email to Apple and you think Steve Jobs is reading it. Okay, but I know from all of my employees that are under me, which I can't even count, are vast, that people will send emails saying, hey, I didn't get my invoice yet. We are still processing Flipboards and they're still going out. So it's don't worry. I will make an announcement saying when all the invoices have gone out. So I just want to say that at the top. In the meantime, standard Flipboard and Flaker are selling like crazy at retailers. Sold out at BBTS and at Nerdzoic. Toy Stalker still has some left, and Titan Toys, if you're in Canada, still has some left. And then we have
Oh, we lost you.
that
Oh,
for now.
you're back? Whoa.
What
You
happened?
said Toy Stalker, I think, and then you kind of like froze for a few seconds. So what's the place in Canada?
Oh, sorry. Titan Toys.
Titan Toys.
But yeah. So just want to mention that. There you go. There you go, Johnny.
There you go, folks. Aren't you satisfied now?
Yeah, aren't you satisfied? Let's talk. Let's say hi to the chat, John. Okay.
Oh, something do you remember last year when I talked about there was like what looked like a bald spot? I was watching like an older video of mine yesterday and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But there was like a
On your
spot.
beard, right?
Yeah, you remember that? It was like right here. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, it'll go away eventually. It took like a year because there's a lot of videos where that thing is missing. But yeah, it's back. It's so stupid. It just randomly happens. I feel like it'll probably happen again this year. It could be like over here. It could be down here. Shit's so stupid. Anyway, I also noticed that the level of gray right here has grown so
It's
much.
getting more and more.
Yeah, it's like it's gonna look like a bald spot right here because it's gonna be so gray where everything else is brown. Fuck me. All right, screen share.
Wow.
By the way, last week it took me 2 days at least to recover from that.
Dude, you were pretty fucked up.
Day 2 was so brutal, and then day 1 was, or like the day after, was really brutal, and then the day after that was still really hard. It's like, man, I want to record some stuff and do some stuff, but I'm just like,
Dude, you know what though, dude? It was such a fucking fun live stream. Like I don't remember all of it. I had quite a few. I could tell by your eyes, you were just in another fucking zone. But it was hilarious, man. I'm not going to encourage you to always drink that much.
Never will I do that.
You'll never do that again.
That got out of control because I was like, I'm home. I'm in a safe place. There's entertainment. I feel I was behind you, and I was trying to catch up. And then there was this moment where like, if it's like a marathon, we're on a Nintendo NES, just going like, and then jumping hurdles. So It was you surpassing me in the alcohol level, and I was like, "Well, I better catch up." And I went, "Ah."
Yeah. Oh, dude, you certainly, because if you watch the stream, yeah, it's like there's a point where I level off, and then you're like going nuts, man,
Yeah,
and like it was fucking hilarious to watch. I
yeah.
loved it.
I haven't. There have been times where I'm like, there's some good ideas that we've said in the video, or it was a funny live stream, or I'm doing a lot of B-roll, so I just need something. I just want something to play in the background. So I might rewatch that one. I have not rewatched because I'm really just like, oh god, I think I need to maybe just forget that that happened. I don't like being that drunk. Last time I was that drunk was probably when I was in Japan, so like 2005 or 2006, and it was like, oh, you know what? I'm so drunk that I like don't have control. If I need to control the situation, I don't want to be like this again. And then,
I see.
yeah,
Well, I
body.
had
Tell me, you had a
I
good
had a
time.
blast.
You had a good. Okay.
Real quick, hold on a second. Regarding Flipboard invoices, is there an email address we can obtain to whitelist from our end? I keep checking spam. I know they're still sending them. And I hate to miss it. Well, we're gonna check in anyway. Like, if we don't hear back, we're gonna, once we finish our round of sending all invoices, which I will announce, we will check in. The invoices are coming from Toy Stalker, so toystalker at gmail.com should be where the invoices are coming from. So, and that's TOYSTLKR, Toy Stalker.
Sturker.
Um, and then hattertoys at collector.org is the email if you have questions and stuff like that, but that's not where the invoice is coming from. But DM me on Instagram also if you want. You can also DM Jonathan Nostalgia. I employ him as well. No, I'm joking. But yeah, that's But I will, if you don't get it, we're going to send out another round anyway, so nobody will not get it eventually. But yeah, real quick, let's just say hi to our beautiful people in the chat. I'm confirming. By the way, if I don't say your name, I know what you look like, and I know you're not beautiful, so don't get offended. So Toy Stalker, I skipped over his chat because I've seen what he looks like. So just for instance, so just FYI. We got we got Rabbit McGavin. That's a beautiful looking person. Tristan. You got Abasai. You got Ramiro. You got Ryan. You got Jay Casta. You got Ryan Woody. You got Dust Tapes. You got Deep Space Niner. All these people are beautiful inside and out. You got Devin Decker. Devin Decker said, Johnny making a hood point. John, you're very hood. According to him, you got Arturo Castillo, you got Justin Collectibles, you got Jay Castanor, FTC James. Okay, and let's the rest of these people are not super aesthetically pleasing, so we can
Yeah, think about
forward.
that today.
Yeah, John,
Maybe,
you have a
maybe.
super chat. I assume it's for you. I'm gonna
No, I don't
highlight
think
it.
I can get them right now because of um, my other channel isn't monetized yet.
Okay, well, do you want to read this anyway? Because it does say it is talking about you, John. Or do you want me to read it? What do you want to do?
Gikku helps with hair growth, or your beard is just being a by percentage chitch. LOL, perhaps low T. LOL, JK. Well, I don't know. There's like good advice slash a burn. I don't know.
Slash insults in the
I do think it's funny. I don't think there's actually any connection between testosterone and hair growth. I know that these claims have tried to, like, people have tried to make that, like, you raise your, and then if your hair, like, you're losing your on your head, your testosterone, you need to get more testosterone. It's like, well, that's not true. Look at these dudes in the gym; they're all fucking bald and roided out. Anyway,
yes, that's true. Well, thank you for the super chat, and then you got TMNT. 1999. Yeah, John, tell people how to. So first,
You
of well,
you
Jay
can't
wrote.
right now, but Jay knows enough to if he wanted to send me money, he could.
I know, but Jay told me before this that he wanted just to send me money. So this tracks. YouTube wouldn't let me give John money. I'm not kidding. So this is for the both of you. Super 7 2003 rule. And if so that's why it's for me, because I bought 2003, John. You didn't. Happy Friday. Good to see Hasbro praise when they do right. Thanks,
also,
Jay.
also let's a rogue game doesn't change your hair color. um, let's understand that $20 will never make it to me. uh, if anybody does want to do anything, you can. Of course, I can't pin this. You can go here, scan the link tree. You can on Ko-fi. There's a tip jar.
Yeah, but Jay, don't feel too bad because John's staying at my house for Comic-Con, which is saving him $7,000. So so when you get to $7,000 super chat to me, then you can start parsing it out to John. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like how you just said yeah and you just moved on. We got Quippy here. Quip is quipping. What's up, buddy?
He's talking about DHT, which I'm pretty sure is a drug. So he needs to watch what he's talking about.
What,
it's,
THT?
it's what people take to experience a heightened level to kind of like what your body releases when you're dying.
It releases DHT.
It's a DMT, but no.
Oh, what about the DMV?
That'll make your hair fall out from stress.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anyway, what are we here for? Marvel Legends figures. It's so funny. I talk about the hair follicle, which is like a totally unrelated thing to anything that anybody's ever talked about in this chat today, and then how it's going gray, and everybody's like, "Oh, testosterone," and like all the answers are like in a totally different segment.
John, why don't you just start? Why don't you just start dyeing your beard?
Because my testosterone, apparently. All right. So we have all of these. By the way, June 5th is my birthday, so that's it's gonna
June 5th.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I gotta buy Johnny presents.
I'll be 41.
Wow, you're almost dead, dude.
Well, compared to you, I'm a fucking little child baby.
Oh, well, you have to
We
get
know
mean about it.
Yeah.
I'm joking. You're still a young man.
I can be 58 still. All right. So we have a lot of things to talk about.
I'm 67. John, let's talk about these things. Let's talk about toys. Let's talk about
Fantastic
toys, baby. Let's talk about toys and me.
Whoa. Okay. So Johnny Storm is obviously getting special treatment because they gave him 2 for just some bullshit. Why not have an invisible figure released for Invisible Woman? It's just an empty box.
I see what you're doing.
This is obviously what we're talking about. We're here for the games. Oh, look, on my birthday, the Wolverine and Silver Samurai. The day after my birthday, one of 2 of these figures are going to be good. This is
Fanmazon?
Famazon.
What's Fanmazon?
I don't know. I mean, it's Amazon. I would assume it's just like a fan.
No, I'm really asking. I just don't.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm living in the same space as you, buddy.
Whoa.
The space of I don't knows. Oh God, I can't get out of this. Hold on. I'm zoomed in, and then I clicked on that. That was a mistake. All right, so pretty wide lineup. Let's just skip through because we don't care. I mean, somebody in the chat probably cares about these things, but whatever. Why does her hair yellow here and white there?
I still feel like the best Fantastic Four set is the Mezco one.
Yeah. But they're not the movie faces, so that's why.
Yeah, they're not. I haven't held them in hand, but they look like they're the best.
This doesn't really look like Vanessa Kirby to me, by the way.
I don't know her face, and I haven't. Where did she like? What has she been in? I don't
She was in a
know that.
Mission Impossible movie,
Okay.
and she was in other stuff. I don't remember.
Okay.
Um, Pretty sure she was anyway. I think she's the whatever. We're not here to
All
talk
right.
about these.
Oh, people are saying, John. People are saying that's fan channel and Amazon. Okay, so
Fan
that's
channel. Okay.
fan channel. Fan channel. I think just means it goes to retailers. Goes
They
to.
just I don't think they got the likeness of these people because this is fucking awful. By the way,
Oh, is it?
he's got
Can you
like
zoom
chubby
in?
baby face. This guy doesn't have that kind of face. Ugh. Like it's funny because one of the things that I've like complimented the most about Hasbro is the face sculpts and like paints and stuff. I really have been liking like their technology is getting better, but everything that they've been releasing in this line so far looks like doo doo to me. This is the worst figure, and it's like, well, I don't. God, let's we got to get through this because I don't want to
Man, I
scream.
have a feeling these are gonna like shell form like a motherfucker.
Oh God, yeah. Unless the movie is tremendous, which I think it's going to be really good.
Do MCU
What
figures
the fuck is
in
this? This isn't. This is, if anybody, this is. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. At the end, well, he's the boyfriend throughout Eternals, and he is Jon Snow. What's his name?
Kit Harrington?
Yeah, that's Kit Harington. I feel like Hasbro already has the money and the sculpt of Pedro Pascal. So how did we get this? How did we get Kit Harington out of this? Oh,
All right,
this is worse.
serious question. Do MCU figures sell well anyway? Like other than like Spider-Man,
I think like Iron Man, Captain America, Spider Man, and then from there, it's yeah, probably not.
I feel like they don't do like I feel this way, John. I feel like if I was going to get MCU figures, I would just get Hot Toys. I know that's more expensive, obviously, so I'm not comparing the two. But like the only time I've been tempted to get figures from the MCU is when like Guardians of the Galaxy released Hot Toys, and they had like a really cool Star Lord and Gamora, and that was it. But like I don't really know anybody that buys MCU stuff at the 112 scale, other than like Spider-Man here and there.
Yeah, I don't know. Spider Man is just yeah. Spider Man always does well. It's crazy.
Why does he have a weird like? Is he cell shaded? Like
No,
why does he have like a weird under his arm? Like it's like black.
nope. Um, there's it's so funny that somebody said no. It looks like Pedro enough, but that's just it's like people either see what I see, which is like that ain't anybody we know, or it's somebody else, or they're like, no, that's totally him. That Hayden Christensen SH Figure Arts Anakin Skywalker that I reviewed a few weeks ago doesn't look anything like him. It's crazy. Like each face gets worse and worse. But then there's like so many Star Wars nut jobs or something in the comments that are like saying that I'm hating on the figure, that it looks exactly like him or whatever. And I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. The same thing with that Ellen Ripley that I did, that really bad 1/6 scale aliens figure. It's like I literally laughed when I first opened that thing about how much it doesn't look like her, and people were like, "What are you talking about? It looks just like her." And I can't, like, maybe it's my artistic brain that's just like sees details at another level, but I'm shocked how many people are like, "No, it looks just like the person."
Hold on, John. Are you saying that on the internet there are people that take things that you say and conflate them with something else or exaggerate them or say that like you're in a specific camp because like that? That doesn't sound. I got to kind of call bullshit on that. That doesn't sound like the internet that I know. But I'll take your word for it. Maybe you have a different. John, I gotta say, just this one looks enough to me like Pedro Pascal. Like is this that bad? Like, what's so wrong about this one? Like, I don't know. I feel like this one is okay in
Sure,
terms
man.
of likeness.
Sure.
But
Okay.
that's just my opinion, guys.
Okay.
That's just my own opinion. By the way, we have a Marvel expert from across the pond right here, Dan. Dan who? And then reviews. I like Dan's name because it's an answer to the question. He goes, Dan who? And then the answer is like reviews. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
he's saying, as someone talking about Marvel Legends. See, that's my Dan. You do a good Dan, but I do an okay Dan.
Yeah, I can only get them the Marvel Legends. You got to get that the Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like MAH.
Yes, yeah, you gotta get that down. What's going on, Danny? What's going on, Danny boy? I don't know. I didn't hate the Pedro Pascal face. The other ones I agree are completely. I don't even recognize that as whoever, but I don't know. I also don't care enough about Fantastic Four unless they put Fantastic Four in Marvel vs. Capcom, this like a sequel to Marvel vs. Capcom. Then I'll care more about them.
Oh, they never did?
No, they don't have
Because there's a lot of versions.
those would make great players in
Yeah,
Marvel vs. Capcom.
I
I don't
agree.
know, you know,
Yeah,
I don't
because
know
then you'd
why
have
they.
Mr. Fantastic versus Dawson.
Oh yeah, there you go. Like he's just dolls them. You know what I mean? Like get those artists that did the sprites, get them back, and yeah, just that'd be awesome. Tokadot Razor right here, gifting 5 membership, repping hard for the MHR. You got Boo Cat as a member. You got your boys got toys as a member. You got Nick Dubison right there. He just used his full name. He doesn't care. Same with Brandon Higgins, which I assume is his full name. He's just like, fuck that. I don't care. I'm Brandon Higgins. I'm gonna come up with a fucking nickname. Fuck that. Okay, the Higgins don't do that. Higgins, he comes from a long line. He's got a hallway with all his ancestors. None of them use nicknames. Like going back to Jebediah Higgins in the 1800s, they pressed him in the war. They said, "You fucking better use a nickname." He's like, "Fuck that. I'm Jebediah Higgins." He was like, and he said, "Fuck you," and they killed him on the spot. Luckily, he had kids before he died. And then Kaiju Kitty is right here, which I assume is his real name, her real name too. But thank you for those memberships.
Story time. I like it. Yeah. In the 80s, Steve Higgins, not related to the famous guy from NBC, makes it harder when you try to search it because you're like Steve Higgins murder, but somebody would try to nickname him Higgy. Yo, Higgy! And it was the first time the name was said on the street. He pulled out a gun and shot him because this is the 80s. But yeah, so
Is that a for realsy story?
Yeah, from this guy's family.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. You already forget? Anyway. Look.
Why do you get mad?
there's a lot to say about this line. One thing that we need to talk about is the fact that, like, and somebody just said it in the chat, half of these figures still have pins. It's like, oh my god, Hasbro. This was the opportunity to be like, walk over to your Sega Genesis and hit the reset button, or your Super Nintendo and slide it forward. But you could just bring all new everything and dump it into this line, and then you have new sculpts for everybody to go forward. But instead, we have this Silver Samurai with pins on his arm, which makes it look out of place when Wolverine doesn't have any pins, and a lot of the other figures don't have any pins. It's just like, he's just like a throw-in kind of thing. What's new about him? Like probably the head. I don't have any Silver Samurai figures. I couldn't tell you what a Marvel Legend one looks like, but I imagine since the pins are there, this is like there's some reuse where the Wolverine looks like he's probably 85% new or something.
I see what you mean. I don't know, pins don't bother me that much, but if they're going to move to pinless, like it should
Right.
all be
That's right.
pinless. I don't disagree.
Yeah. At the end of the day, because I still have like NECA stuff, and the pins don't bother me, but it does become this like contrast thing. We're like, well, just make all of them that way.
Yeah, yeah. I will say, I think the thing that is more egregious, because I did a little spotlight on it yesterday, and then I was like looking at it a little harder, and Wolverine is a single joint Wolverine, I believe,
On the elbow.
which, yeah, in his elbows. Like, these things have to be like the most posable. If I'm doing Marvel vs. Capcom shit in a Marvel vs. Capcom world,
Yeah.
like it's got to do everything. All that being said, I will get this pack.
Yeah, this Wolverine looks really good, and the exaggerated head sculpt, knee pads, and the claws that are way longer than his arm.
Yeah, I love I love the long claw, the impossibly long claws. It's like
Yes.
there's no way that because that's got to fit right here. That's got to
Right.
fit right in the forearm. Those claws lengthwise, unless they are retracting somehow and they are segmented, would be impossible. But here we are. Um,
My only thing, looking at the line completely, I feel like 10% more exaggerated features would have really like go hard. And maybe in figure form, maybe these are the same proportions and exaggerated thing. Like maybe those claws in the head and the knees are right. But I feel like when I think of the game in the extreme proportions, it does seem like there's just 10% more that could have been pushed. But
are you
maybe
talking
I'm
about
wrong.
in the sculpt, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, the design, like the figures could have like you just push it 10% more in exaggerated features and it would have that essence of the game. And I don't know if my point being, I don't maybe these are as close to one as they can be, but because it's a figure and not the animation, you should push your figure further to balance the exaggerated game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that there just comes a point where they are just having to reuse the things that they have, which is the name of the game with this stuff. Marvel vs. Capcom. As somebody who, dude, I have all the Capcom art books because when I used to like really draw like as a 2D artist, like that was like my Bible. Is I would just look at Marvel vs. Capcom art. I would have all the Capcom art aesthetically, like if we're being real, it should be a whole new body. The Wolverine, I think, will be close. I have to hold it, but like, you characters like the proportions. And look, there's the key art in Capcom, and there's the sprite art. Okay, and it's not all the same.
Right.
Like
Right.
there's key art of Captain America that does not look like he's
Mm-mm.
kind of thin. It does not look like the sprites, but I think if you're talking about the Marvel Capcom aesthetic, you're probably going to redo bodies. That's why I'm like, I don't
Right.
think I'm going to like that Omega Red
Right.
because I think like I don't know, like I just don't think they're going to capture the body. But we'll see. But this might be as close as you get until like a third party company, makes Clawman. But this Wolverine is pretty damn close. Like this is one where I think like even this shot, like he's very bulky.
Yeah.
He looks short. He looks like he's all like I think this one is going to be good.
Yeah. 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 I think I mean there's a lot of positive things to say about this. So like even the complaints, and somebody said that I was holding my cat right after almost fainting about pins. I don't
Almost fainting about pins.
over the pin issue, which I seems a little that like I guess you weren't listening. But the pins don't bother me that much. Point, like we said, was really just If you're gonna do it,
Hold
like
on, John, with
if
your
you're gonna
passive
reset the
aggressive thing.
line.
Hold on a second. I was listening to you.
Yeah,
I don't understand the comment about you were fainting about pins.
yeah. I don't either.
Yeah, but you just turned it on me. Like I guess you weren't listening with your
No,
passive aggressive
the person,
North Carolina
not
way.
you.
Oh, sorry.
The person that commented.
Oh, okay. By the way, you do have a. I immediately rescinded my comment. There's a super chat right here from your boys got toys, not Johnny holding. Oh, I guess that's what you're saying. Not Johnny holding his cat after nearly fainting over pins Lamau. Well, thank you for the super chat, but yes, I don't think John. We're just we're talking about the toys. The toys are right here. Like
Yeah,
there's nothing else to talk about except the toys.
right.
Like what do you want us? What do you want us to say? Is this
They
silver?
should. Oh, you know what? They should have put pins in the Wolverine so it looked like the Silver Samurai.
There you go.
That's the problem.
Is this Silver Samurai a re-release or I don't know enough.
I don't know. If anything, he just looks like he's made of liquid mercury from the Terminator movie. Like, look at the thighs and stuff.
Yeah.
What was your question about him?
No, has he been? I know this character has been made before, but is this the same sculpt or this
Couldn't tell
Wolverine
you.
looks pretty damn good, dude.
It does.
This Wolverine, I'm not gonna lie, this Wolverine looks pretty damn fucking good.
Yep.
And I don't have a Silver Samurai. Look at it. Look, I mean, he does the whole thing, man.
I think my biggest complaint that throws me off on Marvel Legends at this point, because I'm really enjoying all of this, and I actually am okay with this single jointed elbow because it looks so good and it's going about 90 degrees or more. It's the knees because they separate and split up so much when they're bent like this. I think this is my least favorite joint design in a Marvel Legends figure at this point because all of this I am really enjoying.
I got it. Yeah, it looks good though, man.
Yeah.
What did Joey Halom is saying re-release with slight paint difference. Skirt and shoulders are large on Samurai and they streamline the torso. Danny is saying, as a Legends collector, I want all my figures to fit aesthetically together. Definitely prefer the non-pins look. Figure joints seem to hold up longer to no jelly legs. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolvie is swole. That's what I like. Like even in his standard package right there, just standing like a robot, you could tell his proportions. Like those are the proportions. That right there. That's the key. That's the money, baby.
All right, let's move on. There's so many photos. All right, this is one I was pretty excited to see. Like I saw glances yesterday, but I didn't like look at anything big on a computer and try to like get close details of the figure. There's a lot going on here. A lot of wins, I think. I can't decide, and maybe that's like these poses versus promo photos. Like this works for me. Then this, I'm like, that's kind of this shit looks like a doofus. That looks awesome.
They're trying to hit the Psylocke sprite pose.
Right, I understand. It's just not.
I think that, but the angle is weird.
Yeah, it's because they're doing it like on the spot. I didn't watch this, so I don't know if they just were like it was off to the side and they put it out like this. But I feel like the photos. I don't know if these are renders or actual figures. I would assume these are figures because they look too much like plastic to be a render. Like all of these work for me. This looks great. The butterfly joints look good. The sculpt here makes me think this is all new for like the separation instead of it just being like very thin or paint to separate the skin from the clothing.
I love her. See, that's good right there, man.
That's the pose. That's what does
That's it, dude. The face. I think the face is just okay. By the way, I think it's a little too. I don't know. It's a little too much of a call the manager face. I think, but that pose, that's the sexy Psylocke pose right there.
Yeah, those incredibly thick thighs, I think, is a
Yes.
that's the exaggerated feature for her. That's like, man, Capcom loved to give the ladies the really thick legs. So I think this
Yeah.
is definitely
God bless them. God bless you, Capcom.
yeah, so she has an angry gritting teeth face according to this shot. Okay, so that's what's in his hands, so you can swap over those effect pieces apparently.
Yeah, she has like the telekinetic butterfly thing on her
Mm-hmm.
face.
Yeah. I mean, this is it's a pretty solid one. They're both pinless, which is great across the board. I know a lot of people are just kind of like whatever with the Thanos or Thanos.
You know what it is, John? Nobody worth their salt plays Thanos. Nobody.
Right.
Okay. I've been in a lot of arcades. I grew up in arcades. Okay. If you showed up with a Thanos, I mean, people would look at you like, "What the fuck? Why are you picking this guy? Are you trying to fucking lose?" But this is another pack because I gotta get sexy
Yeah.
Psylocke. So
They know what they're doing. This is
yeah,
like doing a build a fig that you want, but to get there you have to buy like half of the figures are bullshit characters.
right.
Nobody wants the second of everything. I would be surprised if there's a 2-pack that we look at today where we want both of them.
Right. Yeah. Although the Wolverine Silver Samurai I do like, but you're right. Like I don't like the Silver Samurai as much as the Wolverine.
Right. Where
Uh,
if it was a
so
Wolverine and Psylocke or something like that, like it would be a no-brainer.
I think there is a Wolverine and Psylocke 2-pack.
Yeah, I don't want that pack.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Psylocke is the Black Widow body, apparently.
Which, oddly enough, I do have that pack, by the way. That Wolverine and Psylocke. I think that Psylocke is stunning. That design, they really crushed it. It's like first appearance Psylocke or
First
whatever.
appearance Psylocke, yeah. I never got that one, but I
Yeah.
was tempted.
Um, shiny plastic boy though. It's like we just can't get past that with Marvel Legends, and maybe that's okay with the orange because it's armor. But it's like you see it in the body here, where sometimes it's like they can't have a consistent matte finish. I don't know why that's the case. I think if they could like really nail the paint applications and get rid of the shininess, that would really help, especially when you're looking at stuff like the Maximum series where they're so
Yeah.
expensive.
Dude, this might be one of their best Psylocks.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because the old one is what's on display down here. I don't know if we get a close up of that. Nope, we don't. So the old one was okay, but there's something I think again like exaggerate those thighs. It just looks better than this, even if this is more comic. This doesn't even look comic accurate down here. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, they pulled out the old one to compare it. Okay.
Yeah, the biggest issue I think with the new one, which is just like for people that want a comic thing, the new one doesn't have her little like tie off around her waist.
Right.
Yeah, so this is another one. We got pins in the legs, at least, on Omega Red. It looks like his arms are pinless, which is interesting. Pins in the legs, at least, of War Machine. This is interesting. So this is a set you said you weren't even really sure about, or you don't really care for the
Just
Omega Red,
I love this character.
right?
But I love his like sprite art and I don't know. I mean, I might crack if I see it on the shelf, but I need a really good, accurate Arkady Rosovich.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought, like when I first saw that there was an Omega Red, I was like, "Ooh, that's exciting," because he's such a iconic villain. But then, yeah, it just doesn't really seem to do it for me. I think it's I still think a lot of the issue with Marvel Legends are the knees or the legs, the proportions of like the waist area, and we might find a good photo, but like usually there's something going on in the waist to the thigh to the hips that's like really strange.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
They're usually like squatty. They're like the what is
that's
it? The fuck is it? Like it's like their lower half is too short a lot of times for some of these.
yeah, there's something on an aesthetic level that I don't know. When I see Mafex, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like there's something in the sculpt, and I don't know. It's hard. It's tough to explain. You win. Um,
You win.
this Captain America I like a lot more than the Venom. Like that Venom is he's not big enough. Like you could just tell right there. Like it's just I think Venom should have been his own thing. He should have been bigger. Should have
Yeah.
come with like the Venom shield. Should
Yep.
have come with like a bunch of like different effects. Like I don't know if I agree that he should have been in a 2-pack.
Agreed. Yeah, he deserves like the Hulk and all these guys. He deserves his big old craziness because he just with his abilities he just deserves a lot of effects. Our boy Abasai though is working on a Venom shield. By the
I
way,
know he mentioned that he might do that, which if he does, that would be
God
fucking
bless him.
awesome.
God bless him. Yeah, Captain America looks good. He's got that exaggerated '90s musculature that I think we all love.
Yeah, this Captain America looks fucking dope, dude. He looks like he's gonna do a final justice all over you. And I mean, look at him. That's a nut. Like, dude, you can pull that Captain America pose right out of a comic. Like, that's pretty fucking good, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But that Venom, ah,
Why do they do this to us? Yeah, I think it was a real opportunity. Yeah, I'm sure. Again, this is just one of those things where, like, once it starts going up the ladder, they're like, let's remove that thing. We don't need that thing." Like that it
right,
happens with every company. Speaking with the sculptors behind the neck of dinosaurs, there were a lot of accessories for Earl that didn't make the cut. Stuff that we probably would have wanted
right.
as well.
But okay, but this one is more of a head scratcher because this is Venom.
Right.
Like Venom could have been like so they just released that Venom from the Spider-Man 2 game. He's a $60 pack. He's giant.
Mm-hmm.
He's a huge pack, and like
Huge.
so, it's like they should have given that like this should have been its own like single pack Captain America with whoever pack him with whatever. But this should have been like a single, just big fucking dude. Um, have they ever made him in these colors? Chat, do you know? Like, has Venom ever been produced in the light blue MVC colors?
It's a good
Or
question. I don't think he has. I will say, like, most of us would probably be fine if this head sculpt wasn't in there and you gave us more effects.
yeah, dude, this guy should be just crazy effects. Yes.
I mean, he stands there in like a pool of his own venom juice. So, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
something. I'm just going to buy some blue gack or something.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, I think this is the first time. Dude, this should have been a bigger deal, man. Like, this is like, I don't think they know like how many of us grew up on this game and we identify these characters just as much in this game than in the comics.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think they, and I'm not talking about these guys like that are here. I'm just saying this in general. It's like many of us know these characters because of these games, and like to not, I don't know, like that Venom is an example of like it's just like, Yeah, no company has made a Blue Venom. Should have been a bigger deal, man.
Yeah. It's weird too because I can't imagine Marvel Legends does too well in Asia, Japan specifically, but this would do well because you're in the Capcom universe.
What, the Gargantos?
No, I mean this line.
Oh yeah,
This would have done better in Japan than normal because of the connection with the Capcom series.
yeah. This series is, first of all, this game is like evergreen.
Yeah.
People still play it. People will always play it. It's just like one of those, like, like they don't give a shit about sequels. They like this game. They like this game in its original, and like in a Dragon Ball way, it is evergreen.
Hmm.
Like young people play this fucking game. Everybody plays this game. So a lot of people identify these characters. So don't just throw it away like whatever. This this Shumagorath is fucking is probably my favorite of the. Well, this and Juggernaut, which we'll look at. But I guess they have to change his name to Gargantos for legal reasons. I think there's something because maybe he's named after a kaiju. I don't know. I have no idea, but it's pretty fucking wild that they made this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. The is this the first figure with articulated eyelids?
It might be.
Because we've seen articulated eyes even on 112 scale. We've seen it with NECA's belly bomb, but now this guy has that and eyelids.
Yeah. John, his eyes look like your eyes looked after you were drinking.
Ugh, yeah, I agree. Day 2, for sure. Oh
They do
God.
for sure. Um,
Oh, I
oh, it's
just
a
you can tell
copyright.
from this angle now that there's an eyeball inside with a clear lens over it, so like a real eyeball.
Yeah, yeah, you could tell there's oh, okay, this is interesting. Marvel doesn't own the Shumagorath name due to Conan licensing, but we all know. We know what the fuck's going on here.
That's he's making a move on your girl.
His dreamy eyes. Dreamy eyes.
Hungry
Are
eyes.
you, are you in on this one?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm in on, and a lot of it is because of it's Marvel Legends, and it's I only want 1 out of 2 on most things. This I don't know. It's awesome, and obviously it's all original, all new sculpt, but we don't know what the prices of these things are either. And I'm really afraid, especially in the days of tariffs, or even if they're paused or blocked, which probably won't last long because let's just face it, the rules don't apply anymore. But the prices we've already seen it increased, even for stuff that have shipped and arrived pre-tariff on the shelves, Walmart, Target. So I these prices aren't going to go low. They're already going to be too high. Tariff prices on top of that. How much do you think this guy is going to be?
I think it's gonna be $60.
Okay. I think that's a great guess, and I would guess $60. Um, Part of me thinks 80, so I'm going to go in between and say 70, just so we don't have the same answer. And next week, when we have these answers, we will forget what we
Yeah.
guessed. So someone make notes.
$80 would be very unfortunate, and I think would cause a character like this to shelf warm.
Maybe, man. There's so many times I see people just like going off in the comments and then about how they're not going to buy it, and then end the sentence or paragraph of rage with, "But y'all know I'm going to buy this because it's my boy," or something.
No, no, I know, but this is not a this is a very niche
Character.
character.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the game, there's not a lot of people that use this guy.
Right.
So
because you don't know them, so you don't want to play them. But the other thing is, this just furthers the this could have done better in Asia.
yeah,
I'm talking kaijus, not tentacle porn. Okay, I just want to clarify that. It's super fun. It's very cool. There's going to be a lot of fun photography with this guy, like this shot where it looks like he's taking a selfie. It's interesting.
oh, look at that.
I know. I
Oh my god.
I think the 2-packs that we saw prior to this, there might be some variations in their cost, because like Wolverine and Silver Samurai, not too crazy compared to something like Venom and War Machine, who seem like they could be bigger with more effects. I think the 2-packs are going to be $60 each, easily.
Yeah, I would agree.
Which is unfortunate because their figures used to be like $25, but we're already seeing like $30 increased. So 60 for 2 of them. You're not getting a discount for buying a 2-pack. But yeah. Yeah, this is a super fun.
I gotta say, man, I'm not a big Marvel Legends guy. I feel like I'm all in so far. I don't know. Like I'm very excited. Despite the Venom bothers me. I will say, out of all of them, like that one bothers me. But fuck, man, like I this just takes me back, and like I just feel like I'm like genuinely excited to get these guys. I hope they're just not stupid expensive. Like look at the accessory, man. Fuck.
I know. And the fact that they're like, some things are Amazon exclusive or Target exclusive or whatever, just makes it all that much worse to try to get.
Yeah, isn't one of them a Walmart exclusive?
If it is, it better be one of the shit ones.
Yeah, Walmart canceled my Japanese Spider-Man. Look at him with the pose.
Yeah, these tentacle arms look like they have a lot of playability, bendability, which is awesome. So if you can really like stretch them out and get them back into these like super curls and stuff, then this is like very well made.
John, somebody mentioned this in the chat, but I concur. This guy's going to be a photographer's dream. Like this dude hitting on your other action figures, side eyeing people. You know what I mean? Like people are going to have a lot of fun with this guy.
Well, whenever you rewatch this live stream later, you're going to be like, oh, fuck. Jonathan already said that. And then I'm about to say it because of the chat, not because Jonathan said it.
John.
He's going to know I don't listen to him.
Oh, my God. Chat, can you please co-sign that I listened to John? First of all, if I didn't listen to him, I wouldn't have heard his snarky comment just now. John, I'm also monitoring the chat.
You're a son of a bitch. Just face it. All right. So here's the old one on the right, and the new one on the left. Old one on the right can go in the fucking garbage. So if you have the one on the right, which I don't know, is that a Build-A-Figure? You need, probably, because the gap in the joints or something.
Yeah, I have the one on the right, but I have the non-official version that they sold, because it had butterfly joints in the back, so it was like the rip-off bootleg version that I thought looked just as nice as the real one. But I will fucking toss. I'm not gonna toss it, but like this new one, dude.
When you get this new one, and if it had, look, see, this is what I mean. Like the top is mattified, it looks fucking great, and then it's shiny everywhere else.
Yes.
Fuck you guys.
Whoa, John, come on.
I'm pissed today. Toe articulation, butterfly joints. I assume he's got soft body like the Hulk, because he gets crazy poses. But when you get this thing in your video, I want to watch you take your old one, and this old one officially looks like a bootleg. Look at the fucking helmet. I want you to take yours and then not walk over to the garbage can and be like, oh, yeah, your dad, the new one. I want you to take it and fucking throw it in there.
Wow.
Like that Lego guy. And just
you want me to break to break it
it's
in celebration?
Anyway. it's a knockoff anyway. But I want anybody that has the official one to also break it, because this
Wow,
new one, this is the Juggernaut, bitch.
man, it really is, dude. It's fucking Juggernaut.
This is the Juggernaut. Like I don't have anything to complain about with this other than like this typical Hasbro paint finish. But he doesn't, because of his build, I guess. The joints in the knees, I'm totally okay with. He doesn't have crazy articulation. He wouldn't. He's the Juggernaut. But like looking at it over here, like that just kind of looks gross. This looks nice. It's kind of like the Blob, I think, where they just basically take this huge thing that just kind of
Right,
rotates within itself.
right.
Yeah, they really nailed it.
Dude, I love the face. Look how like the
Mm-hmm.
you can see just the gritting teeth it's like inside the helmet. You know what I mean?
Yep. Hopefully, there's another good shot of that. But my God, that old one just looks like was it made in the '90s? It looks so bad.
I mean, he's aged.
Yeah, it's just part of the like, we're the age of the technology that we're in, and the things that people can create is really fantastic. Also, one of the things I wanted to talk about, his he doesn't have thigh cuts. He has these overlapping thighs, which we see a lot with like Mafex and things like this. Is a smart move because you get the visuals you want without, like obviously you can see that, but typically with Marvel Legends, and I think this is what it is that we're talking about. Like you have this like almost like a U-shape thing for the joint right here, and then you get to the leg where all the muscle is. So there's usually like this huge bulge out from the side. We've joked about it before, where it looks like they're wearing like um uh pants from, what am I thinking of?
What?
Like you're in the Sahara and you got those wide hip.
Oh, like old hunter
Yeah,
type pants
yeah,
with the bulge on the side.
yeah. Because the Marvel Legends Wolverine movie version, he suffers from some of that stuff. The Spider-Man figures suffer from that. This
Right.
solves that problem because you're overlapping the joint above it, and I think that's a really good way to do this. Look at that body articulation.
Dickie Two Shoes does have a point though. The Mondo vinyl Juggernaut is the one to display with this line, nothing else. I don't I still love this Juggernaut, but that Mondo vinyl looks very, very good with Marvel Legends.
Yeah,
It looks good with the Mafex Spider-Man. It just that they did a smart thing by making him almost in proportion to those. The Doom, not so much. They have a Doctor Doom.
yeah,
Doctor Doom is not that big, but Juggernaut is. So that's also kind of like a fun, if you have uh, uh, that vinyl.
yeah. This is good enough to me, and if the production is better than this, because right now the back looks like a different color red because the front is probably soft, and I guess the back is maybe hard plastic. But if they could like have the matte finish everywhere or something, like if the final production looks a little bit better than this, then I would be happy with this for sure, to stick with my like Mafex comic figures.
Yeah, yeah.
God,
Dude, dude, this thing is fucking great, man.
yeah,
Like, it's every angle.
yeah. And like it's rare for me to compliment it so much. The toe articulation was a great move. This fabric section for his abs looks like there's muscles underneath the fabric, which is a really nice move. Yeah, I mean, good God, when else? When do you have this guy's going to be so expensive?
You think more than $60?
It's hard to say because the Blob was like 55, and we were like at the time, this is very expensive. Now $60 is the new normal because they're maximum stuff. So, I, yeah, 60 is probably it, because I think he doesn't really have much else in the box. He's got like another set of hands and then this effect. So I think he's like super
He comes
limited
just
on.
with the one effect, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So one effect, and then just fists and grabby hands.
Yeah, yeah,
He might be 60.
yeah.
Punching him in the.
Look how much real estate he's taken up in this shot. He is the whole screen.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a big boy, very big boy.
Tivo67 said, "What pairs better with these, Jada SF2 or Storm?" So this is the question. This is the big. I'm glad they brought this up because
Probably Storm.
yeah. First of all, in the video I did, there were a few people. I actually was talking to Toyshes yesterday, and he got the same kind of comments where people were like, "How are they calling this Marvel vs. Capcom when there's no Capcom?" First of all, shithead that said that. Nobody's calling this Marvel vs. Capcom officially. This is Gamerverse, okay, number one. Okay,
Yeah,
we are attributing Marvel vs. Capcom to it. Okay, second of all, you clearly understand that there's a rights issue. So stop acting stupid and trying to like belittle the whole thing,
yeah.
because Ken and Ryu didn't show up. That's not how it's going to work. Okay, you're going to take your Jada figures or your Storm figures, and that's what's going to pair up with this. Now, which one? I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah,
But stop pretending that there's not two other lines that clearly will fit with this, and stop being such a fucking pedantic little. It doesn't matter. They're never going to get Capcom.
yeah.
Marvel is not going to. Marvel Legends is worried about Marvel. They're not going to get Capcom. So
Yeah.
fucking relax with those
So
comments.
based on the choice of which do you pick to pair up, because you're one of the smart people that were like, oh, I understand that it is Marvel versus Capcom, but officially they can't say that, so it is the Gamerverse. But that's okay because I have two other lines to collect my Capcom from. But I want a Mega Man, a Jada Toys for certain. Oh, certainly. But this is how most of our audience talks, by the way. Yes, I
think
collect Ninja Turtles, but I can dabble in other things. Perhaps a Tony the Tiger.
I think that was a spot on impression, John.
Thank you. So I think the question, do you do Jada Toys or do you do, now that the prices are basically the same, it's $24.99 versus $27.99 to get the Storm line. I haven't experienced the Storm line. They look great, but I think based on the game look, you would have to go with the Storm line because they have that more, like, the features look more like the stuff that came later. So I think somebody said they look
Alpha.
like, yeah, they use the alpha sprites or whatever. So
yeah, Alpha sprites. I mean, if you're going legit, I mean, any one of those, I think
yes,
both of those companies will look good.
yes,
But if you like really want to like go legit, like yeah, it's the Alpha. Storm is doing the Alpha aesthetic, so you would go with a Storm. Now we'll see what their output is. Storm not the best in terms of track record and how much they output, but at least judging from their Ken and Ryu,
yeah.
Storm I think is but they'll both go well with these.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned in the chat here, J Cash, the 3-0 for Mega Man. Yeah, that's a great line. It really just comes down, like, you can't beat Jada Toys for $25. It's fantastic. And visually, the finish and look of like, oh, this is definitely a toy and I can beat the shit out of this toy. This is going to go well with Marvel Legends in that realm of like look and feel and plastic. But if you want the accuracy of the game, you would get the Storm, which then is going to look better than these because of the more
Right.
like the additional paint and stuff. So it really just comes down to what you want, okay? But you can be screen accurate or you can be an idiot. That's all I'm saying.
Well, 3-0. Sorry, I'm 3-0 is smaller, correct? Than the Jada Mega Man figures.
Not sure. I don't know, actually.
I think 3-0 is smaller. So 3-0 might be more in scale with Marvel Legends, like a 3-0 Mega Man versus like the Jada Toys Mega Man, which I think scales larger.
Yeah, could be. We'll have to look
Um,
at the game, see who is a larger size. The Storm does seem to be going a little faster with this line, which I think to release the line in the first place, they saw what Jada was doing. They were like, oh shit. So we have to release comparable size and price. And I think that they have like the fire's still burning a little bit, and they're trying, like the Sagat just got announced or something.
right, yeah, the
So
Sagat.
I think they are trying to like move it a little faster than historically, but they definitely need to play catch up if that's the case and prove that
Oh
they'll
yeah,
hit all of them.
I think so.
I think we went through all of these. These are all the figures. Who do you want on the list first to get added on that we haven't seen?
Oh, that we haven't seen. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's do this the right way. Let's look at all the roster. There's a significant crossover between Hatter, Nostalgia Unboxed, and Frasier fans. That's what Quip is saying. I guess he did the research.
Yeah.
Um,
It's because we love to toss salad.
right, and the scrambled eggs. Spurt. These figures aren't. You Hatter, what a spurt is.
Hold on, I gotta see. Let me. You had her. What a spurt is.
Yeah, you gotta
You
work
had her. What a spurt is. Am I
Mother
right, guys?
Slug. Mother Slug has to take that back to the drawing board.
I
That will
need.
go forward.
Where's
Sentinel.
the official original lineup?
You're looking for Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Well, the original lineup, you do Marvel vs. Capcom, but you probably want to go MVC 2 lineup.
Okay.
Yeah, Spider-Man. I know a lot of people mentioning Spider-Man. Spider-Man has to be on deck. They're probably going to use that Maximum Spider-Man body and just give him like the more cartoony face that he has in this.
Is this right?
Yeah, I think that looks.
It's like half of them I see is somebody just like finding images from the internet of a character and putting it into a thing. It's like the images from the game exist. Just fucking put those up.
Right.
If this is right, I definitely don't remember Resident Evil characters being in it.
There were Jill Valentine was in
Fuck
this.
me. Okay. The who I want on the list is mostly probably Capcom, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, there's a lot of Capcom shit. I don't remember some of their names, but Blackheart is a Marvel character. They made a cable. I don't know how good it is, but they have a MVC type cable that just got released recently. If you remember that, I don't know if you ever got that one, John.
I did not. I don't even see. Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting, man. Obviously, we're not looking at the sprites, which really makes it worse because I want to see those. First on my list, always for anything, there's 2 Wolverines. Why? Would be Rogue. She's just like one of my favorite characters.
Roger.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll do well. Like
the Sentinel is a really cool design.
The Sentinel design, like, but that to me, if you were going to make that, that's like complete redo. Like that's like from the ground up.
Has to be
like just a complete redo.
Oh God, come on! There's got to be. Maybe trying to find an image is the problem, and I should be looking at like a website.
What are you looking for?
I want to see the sprites versus the drawings. The illustration.
Oh, the sprites, eh?
Fuck me.
Yeah, but a Rogue.
Reddit. Because looking at these things, I'm like, I prefer this anime looking design of a lot of these.
Yeah, characters. you have to look at the sprites. But I mean, this just gives you a sense of the roster.
Oh, this is a fucking...
Marrow. Have they done a Marrow figure?
Just like a normal release version.
I think they did. I
Yeah.
think they have like. I think they did do a Marrow.
God damn it.
Felicia. A Felicia would be
I don't,
cool.
I don't want downloads. I just want to see them. This is also you can like make your own Mugen game or whatever. I hate the internet. Someone in the chat help me.
John, I don't think you're gonna get the sprites.
No. We'd have to look up one individually, probably.
Yeah.
That's so irritating. Yeah, there's so much stuff that I want that is the Capcom side, unfortunately. Like, I don't need the Street Fighter characters because we're getting them, but the Morgan, the cat Felicia, absolutely. I know you just said
Would
that.
you get that? I want them to make that Amingo, which is that
Which guy is that?
top right, second from the right,
Oh, that's lovely.
and that Anacaris, which is like a Darkstalkers. There's like Darkstalkers
Yeah.
shit that like I think I asked. Did I wait? Is did Jada Toys announce that they're doing Darkstalkers, or am I imagining, or is
Oh,
that like a wishful thinking thing that is happening in my
that's a
brain?
good question. I know anytime we've ever done a review on a Jada Toy figure, that's the one thing that people mention. So it makes sense for them to go after it if they can. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. If they did Darkstalkers, you can clean up a lot of this shit right here, dude.
MVC2 Sprite gifts. Okay.
Storm did. I know Storm did the what's his name? What's the vampire guy?
Awesome.
And they did Morgan, but I'm talking about like they need that shit in scale with like Jada Toy Street Fighter. You know what I mean? Like Storm just has that big ass scale, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, look how fucking great these sprites are, man. This animation is still
It's so good. Yeah. It's like this came out at a time where like you weren't used to seeing this many frames
yeah.
of animation. God.
Dimitri. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know somebody mentioned that it's impossible. I got this comment, it's impossible for Venom to have the shield because when he puts the shield up, the symbol is lost on his body. I don't give a shit. I want the
Yeah.
shield.
I
I
don't
don't
think anybody would care enough.
Okay, somebody cared enough
Technically,
to
you need a
comment.
replaceable torso.
Yeah, exactly. We got a $5 super chat from your boys got toys. Anniversary of VS Capcom is around the corner, so a lot of companies have those characters in the works. Storm Arena recently teased Darkstalker. Ooh, see, a Storm Arena Darkstalkers gets me all hot and bothered. John, thank you for the super chat.
Storm Arena. Yeah, that's interesting.
So, like that spiral they did is that can go right into the set. That spiral is an amazing figure. She can go right into the set. You don't need to re-release her, I don't think.
Okay. That's probably fair because she's probably not as desirable as some of these
That's
others.
what I'm saying. Like that's one where she's like a niche character, but she looks so good. So who cares? $10 from Robot Reviews. Sup guys? One of the Wolverines is Bone Claw version. Oh, that's right. Not related, but have you seen the Guard Elder Guru from SF Fig Arts yet? Also, I would love to see you guys battle on this game. I have not, but that's probably more of a John question.
No, you did because you wanted me to review it.
Oh, Grand Elder Guru. Sorry. Yes. I'm hoping John reviews that. I'm
He's
hoping
like $300.
Is that what it's going to cost, you think?
Yeah. That Krillin that came out that they announced along with that is smaller than the last Krillin, who's $35 or something, or $55. This new Krillin is $80. Wow. Stupid. Really stupid. But yeah, this Sentinel is like this is a fucking dream.
John, how cool would this Sentinel be?
God. Yeah, he has to be a standalone figure because look at how much shit he's got.
Yeah.
He's a badass.
He's a bad
This
angel.
this might be my number one wish, just as a figure from Resident Evil. Period. It's like when have we've never gotten a Jill Valentine that is first game.
No. Not a MVC type.
No, there's a 1/6 scale that somebody's making. Look at this chunky boy.
It's so this animation is so iconic that when they tried to remake or not remake, they had that sequel, Marvel vs. Capcom, with the more 3D art. People just rejected it. Like nobody worth their salt was like, yeah, I'm going to get that. Everybody was like, nah.
I prefer flat fighting games.
Yeah,
I don't really care for anything that has gone beyond 2 dimensions. Berserker! The other thing is, I don't think we would get these exaggerated proportions. Like, even as exaggerated as the Psylocke is, of course, not seen it in person, it's hard to say. It still could be pushed even further. Like, tighten the waist and then really thicken up the legs. I think that's what really makes a Capcom so scary.
If they did, like, you know what, Mondo, if you want to make some money, I don't know if Marvel is going to do it, but Mondo, if you want to make some money, make like sexy Psylocke, sexy Storm, Marvel vs. Capcom style. Like, people would lose their shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, but these exact proportions, which you're not going to do in a Hasbro figure.
Yeah, exactly. This is not going to happen. But you get the right team to sculpt them and paint them. Yeah, you're right. Mondo could do it.
Like, John, look at like that Venom. You see how like he has like that Eddie Brock. Now, look, you probably couldn't like create like a torso where the Eddie Brock part came off, but you could, as an accessory, have that like Venom thing that comes out, like just as a fun accessory. You know what I mean? Like, it's shit like that, like Venom or the little dudes that come out from the bottom of like these little guys. Like, that's why he should have been his own pack. Like, he should have been like the ultimate Venom pack, and you just have all that shit.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Like, he really, and he doesn't have any webs in there, does he? In that set at all?
No, there's no webs. There's no, yeah.
Interesting.
The Magneto is another one that I love the animation because he's just thick. He's just like,
yeah.
I would love if somebody made this figure. Anyhow.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day, yeah. But the sprites are, yeah, the animation is so good. But anywho, all right, Don, is there anything else before we wrap up?
Yeah, we need the Colossus. No, I don't think so.
God, I love these sprites. Now I want to play this game.
We should play.
John, we got to find an arcade. When we go to San Diego, we got to find an arcade. There's a coin op there.
Okay.
So I just don't know what games they have. Number one, I got to fucking teach that Ryan Dole a big fucking lesson because he thinks he's like a gamer. And I guarantee you, I can just, I don't know if this makes sense, but I can tell just how he talks and how he moves that he will get completely annihilated by me in any game we choose. So number one, I got to find an arcade because he's going to be at SDCC and I got to just take him out and humiliate him and maybe make him, to be very honest, I love Ryan Dole, but I feel like I'll beat him so bad he might not show up on the internet anymore. Like, he might just like this. He might just basically,
he'll change his name to Ryan Dahl.
There you go. Yeah, John. So number one, we got to find that because I got to humiliate that kid.
You got to have a barcade in your area, right?
Huh?
Surely you have a barcade in your area.
But it's San Diego, though.
in your area. I mean, like when I get to your place, we're not.
No. I have one in sort of my area, but like he's not going to be in my area.
Well, that's his.
You and I can go to the coin op
Yeah, that's what
in
I mean.
my area, but the coin op in my area kind of sucks.
Oh,
It has like the only good game that they have there is like the TMNT arcade game.
well, that's unfortunate. We have a place called Boxcar Arcade, and it's a bar, of course, but they have so many games, so many classic ones. There's a few new things as well, just to keep it like spread out. But it really is what you want. It's not as big, but it's like it's what you want when you go to a Dave and Buster's. But Dave and Buster's fucking sucks now.
Yeah, Dave and Buster's is all like ticket games for the most part.
Well, we went when we first moved here in 2018. It was like $20 or something. You get a card. It's unlimited use on a bunch of games. And then some games are newer and you have to pay for those. Okay, it's fine. We went a year later and the amount of games you could use that card with was like cut in half, and
That's
you have to wait you have to wait like 2 minutes before you can use the card again.
that is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. It's on Switch, PS4. Yeah, I know. This is something cinematic about playing in an arcade, but I'll beat Home Arcade challenges me all the time to Marvel vs. Capcom with his dumb voice. Like I'll fucking beat that kid too. And that guy's name is Home Arcade. So Home Arcade, if you're watching, if I beat you, it's actually more humiliating because you have so much stock in yourself as an arcade guy. But I will fucking ruin you too. But yeah, Salacious Crumb says SD Coin Op has it. Okay, that's great. You know, I turned it into Dole Whip. I made this comment on Geek Dad Life, and it was completely ignored. But I made myself laugh. But I'm glad that that came back. Beat him so bad, you become the new Hasbro brand ambassador. Yeah, dude. I will beat Ryan Dole so bad that if he knows what's good for him, he will go away for a year and just rethink how he talks and this weird ownership that he thinks he has over Marvel. He really does think he's the fucking brand ambassador. Like I remember talking to him one time and he's like, "Yeah, we got to get Dan on the thing to talk about that, like some subject." And I was like, "Dan, who the fuck is Dan?" And he's like, "Dan that works at Hasbro." I was like, "Well, lottie fucking da you, Ryan Dole." You know what I mean? So like that was a little oh, do you know what? Quip has a great idea. Play against Home Arcade for his name rights. That's a great, yeah, dude. I'll do it. You don't understand. I will. Home Arcade, like your whole identity. Sorry. I know this doesn't apply to anybody, and John, just bear with me because I'm talking to one person. But your whole identity is based on you have a giant arcade in your fucking basement. You have a giant arcade in your basement. So you have more to lose. Okay. Yeah. I'm playing with house money and you're playing with real money. I'll beat you in Marvel vs. Capcom. I'll for sure beat you in Soul Calibur because I know you were talking shit about Soul Calibur. It's like, oh, to put that in the booth at Comic-Con, I'll fucking beat you in front of a whole crowd. I'll put $1,000 that I'll beat you in Soul Calibur. I will bet $1,000. I don't even have $1,000 to spend. But I will beat you because $1,000 is what I would probably take to buy shit at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So I'll have no more money left over. But I'll beat you that fucking bad. Okay, so don't be a pussy. Challenge me. I'll challenge you online. I'll record it. I'll let you choose whoever you want. We'll go 3 matches, and we'll go into overtime. But that's my challenge to you. And I know you're gonna watch this. That's it, John. Sorry, I don't want to take up too much time.
If you're playing for naming rights, you can be Mr. Mad Hatter Arcade, and then so now you've just pulled all of the things. You created a super name, and it's probably
I like that.
It would probably it's not in the rules, but to get defeated that badly to you, he would have to just be like, "All right, man, just come over and just pick the arcades you want. Obviously, you don't pick all of them a lot, but I'm never gonna play him again." So
I just break his spirit in that way.
Yeah.
Nah, that kid won't even play me, dude. I gave him my Nintendo code.
Because he's too busy playing himself.
Oh, shit. John, I like that. I like that.
All right.
Sorry, Soul Calibur 2. Soul
Yeah.
Calibur 2.
That's the one with Darth Vader or Yoda or Luke or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one that that's the
Depending on the
one.
system.
No, that's the one with Spawn where they put out Spawn. But it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. All the Soul Calibur games, they have the same mechanics, and they bleed over. It's not like Marvel vs. Capcom where it's just like you're just playing MVC2. But dude, I'll fucking destroy that. You can just tell because he has a fake voice on his channel, but you can just tell that he's got like an old, weak, like old man voice. And I'm pretty much in the best fucking shape of my life. I'll destroy the fuck out of you, Home Arcade, just to put one more point on it. John, continue, please.
Okay, let's get this. Some people were asking about it, so we can't skip it. Okay, so let's find out whose shelf. I remember we did one while we were drinking, but I don't remember much.
Yeah, I don't remember much.
All right, let's see if this is one that we did before that pops back up again.
This is definitely some kind of anime collection, by the way.
Why?
Just by his name. Just by the way, the name and the zero and the... that's my guess.
This is one of those where, like, they kind of thought it would be funny when I asked people to... All right, hold on.
Oh, no. Don't ever try to be funny. That's a huge mistake.
Hold on.
Mother Slug is saying, stop, Hatter. Wait, why should I stop? Hold on a second. I would beat your Heine, Black and Blue, and SF or MK. Love you, Hatter. Godspeed. You might be right about MK. I'm not that good with Mortal Kombat. But I'll still beat Home Arcade. Like, I know I'm better than that fool.
Hold on. Yeah, what if we go there and then I beat him? Then
John,
he's
you
like,
probably
my whole
will
life
beat
was
him.
a lie. What if he's at home playing an arcade by himself? Of course he wins.
Right.
But what if he barely does? So this is a shoe holder on the back of a door.
So this is okay. I mean, FZ collection. If you're going to send this in,
this is it. It worries me that, like, even a psychiatrist would be like, I don't know that we can work together anymore. Almost everybody gets their own Venom. So there were a black suit. So you have like a black suit in here with Jadis Fei Long. You got black suit in here with Old Man Logan. You got a Venom in here with, I don't know this. I don't know this anime. I recognize it, but I don't know it.
I think we need to block.
What is Ken doing to this foot soldier, though?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's a little extreme. Also, he has what looks like almost like nothing. What is that gold thing to the on the second? Like, what the fuck is that? And why is there not a figure that's occupying that space? Yeah, like where does he put his shoes?
Right. We're getting into the realm of, like, when people, we've talked about this before, people, their obsession with, like, Venom or Spider-Man characters in general is too much. We're starting to get there.
Yeah. FC Collection, I will say that the bigger issue you're having is that you desecrated the F Your Shelf fans by submitting your fucking door with figures in there. So congrats, you put it over on us.
Now, is this breaking the rules because it's not a shelf?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, this is nothing. What are we looking at here? So FC Collection has to be banned. Wait, is this still FC Collection?
It is. They only had 2 photos, so this is like one of the older ones.
Oh, got it. Okay. All
right. Well, let's just, at least for the sake of it.
Okay. Well, but now we're going into this a little more angry.
I don't know how old this person is. This is what bothers me about it. If you show me that last thing, I'd be like, this kid's probably like 20 years old or something. He doesn't have space. He just lives in the same bedroom from when he was a kid. But
Right.
now, if this guy is our age, and by that I mean like early 30s, then because we're so young and in our prime, then I think he still lives in his childhood room.
Yes. Yeah. His shelves have like this kind of like gothic thing on
Right,
the
because of
sides.
Batman.
Huh?
Because of the Batman, but then it just keeps going, and it's like, why did it happen twice?
Oh, he put those on there.
Yeah.
So he has Batman at the top. He's got two Batmans on each side. Then he has all his Dragon Ball figures crossing arms at the top. Um, and then what is that at the bottom? Predator?
Yeah. Alien and Predator stuff. So we already know that this is an angry NECA fan.
Because he has Predator stuff.
Yeah, and they don't seem to really make anything in that line anymore.
Right.
And every Comic-Con, it's just, where's the new Predator?
Right. Right. Well, right away he fucked up because he has wings on Venom.
Yeah, and anybody that knows the series knows that that's bullshit.
Yeah, like I
It's like
understand that you
putting a
bought
cape
that.
on a Spider-Man, right?
What happened?
It's like putting a cape on a Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like putting a cape on a Spider-Man. So those, I don't think you understand FZ Collection. There are figures that come out that test you as a fan, and they're a litmus test too. If you buy this, you're not really a fan. One is Spider-Man with a cape, and it's a trick. It is a trick. It's basically the company tricking you. And the other is Venom with wings. Now, I like this Venom, but I immediately took the wings off and I put them in a drawer and I never looked at them again. But the fact that you're displaying Venom with wings, like he's some kind of fucking like what is he like an angel? Like what are you doing? So that's fucking dumb. And right away, I know that you're not a real fan because you have it center stage, like, "Hey guys, I'm real proud of this." So you fucked up as a legitimate fan right away in my eyes.
Yeah, you get real offended by Spider-Man stuff.
I do. Like Spider-Man should not have a cape, and Venom should not have wings.
I want to say that like the Predator party down here, it's kind of like these guys. What's going on with these guys? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
they look like Mean Girls.
the guy, right? The guy from Prey is about to attack this one to save this guy because he's not really paying attention. And then
Right.
this Predator is fighting an alien. There's all these face huggers all over the place. But these guys are just kind of back here like, oh, it
Right.
looks like Prey figure doesn't know that we're not going cloaked. Am I right?
Right. That by the way, I agree with all that, John. Also, very poor stage presence to have a figure right in the front with his back turned to the audience. So that one on the right hand side is a social faux pas. Okay, the Predators in the back look like Mean Girls, like they're sharing some kind of joke. The Predator on the left, there's no way he lands that punch. Like he's way too far away. Like there's no like he's just gonna hit nothing but air, like home arcade. And then you just have that egg just hanging out in the middle. Like who even is this guy?
I don't know, but I'm considering this shelf effed on its own. It's effed its shelf.
Yeah.
This shelf effed itself.
Yeah. I mean. Congratulations, FZ Collection. You know what I'm going to do when I go to FZ Collection's house when he invites me over, which he inevitably will? I'm going to be like, I'm going to go to his door.
First
and
off,
I'm going to be like,
here's a pair of shoes.
What happened?
First off, here's a pair of shoes.
First off, here's a pair. Yeah, here's a pair of shoes. And I give that to him. Maybe I give him a nice pair, like Bull Airs or something. And I go, "Is this the door? Is this where your collection is?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's my collection's in there." And I'm like, "Cool." And I grab the knob and I go, wham! And I crush all his figures against the door. They all shatter. They shatter into pieces. And he goes, "Why? But my Marvel Legends." And I go, "That's what you get for disrespecting the F yourself format that Johnny worked so hard for, and I kind of did a little bit of work, maybe 10%. No, John, you disagree with that?
You're more than 10%.
Oh, okay, thanks. Oh, you crushed my Marvel Legends.
All my Venoms were in there.
My Venoms were there, and they weren't pinless, so I got pins all over the floor.
A question for you. When the Alien versus Predator movie came out, the first one,
Yes.
what were your thoughts?
AVP?
Yeah.
When the first... How many movies? I lost track.
Well, there
How
were
many...
2 AVP movies. The first one where they're in Antarctica, and then the second one is Requiem.
Okay, put it this way. I cannot remember anything from those movies, and I've seen them. So that just goes to show what an impact it made.
I was so pissed. I was at the height of my, like, I love the Predator franchise. I, at the time, probably had, I don't know if it was like McFarlane or something, some figure.
Uh-huh.
I loved the Predator franchise, and I knew that movie wasn't going to be good. So going into it, I was like, this is going to be a bad movie. I went with my friend, and I was pissed the entire time, man. I hated how big and bulky the Predators were, how bad they were. I hated the most of the actors. And then there's a moment where the main lady in it, she's like kind of face to face with the Predator, and she like saves him from an alien real quick with like I don't remember, with his spear or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "All right, I'm not going to kill you because you have some honor. You killed that thing or whatever." And then he starts to turn and walk away, and she's like, "Wait!" And he turns back around, and she said something like, "I'm coming with you" or whatever. So then there's this montage where he's like building her weapons. He uses like an alien tail and gives that to her as a spike.
I remember this. I remember this montage.
Yeah, I like the weapon.
She had the alien
dome, shield. But there's a moment where he cuts an alien finger off, and there's like acid, and he shows that it's dripping, and he like looks at her, and she looks at him, and she just goes, and then he fucking etches the fucking symbol into her cheek. Like they fucking speak the same language all of a sudden. Oh God,
I don't remember that at all, and that seems
he would have
pointless.
fucking just turned around. He should have just fucking chopped her up because he's a Predator. He doesn't fucking care. Oh, you killed that alien. Now you're the new premium, like top of the tier. I need to kill you and take your skull.
Oh my God! So John, you're bringing back memories for me. Yeah. And I do remember there was a shot that me and my buddy Reese, who we used to watch old movies back then, were laughing at, where it was the Predator and I think the woman you're talking about running, and there's an explosion behind them. And I remember we were laughing at that shot because it was such a goofy. Just seeing the Predator running with an explosion behind with a partner was fucking goofy as hell.
It's fucking awful.
But it's like fragments of memories. I remember Antarctica. Who made that movie? Was it like what's that name? Was it Anderson, the dude that does all the Resident Evil movies?
Yeah. And he put Waylon in it, played by the same guy that plays Bishop, which was supposed to be Waylon actually in the Alien series. And so they get what the fuck is his name? Oh shit! It was on the tip of my tongue, but then I started saying too much. Something. Anyway, they got the same actor to come in and play Waylon, but he's like kind of dying. He's like coughing up blood and stuff, and then he fucking dies in the movie. The alien kills him. This is like, okay, clearly in the 2000s, it wasn't a future-based movie. So what the fuck is the...
Right.
Yeah, Paul W.S. Anderson. fucking loser.
Although Paul W. S.
I know
Sanderson
you're gonna
made
say the same thing whenever I bitched about him last time. You're like, he did make the Mortal Kombat movie. Yeah, but that was good at the time. It's not great now, but it's like everything after that has been garbage.
Are you saying that a broken clock is right twice a
Yeah,
day?
but he was only right once.
Yeah,
Lance
ooh-cha.
Henriksen. There it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
God, if you imagine a Guy Ritchie Predator movie,
John, you would do good in a Guy Ritchie
based in
Predator movie.
London in the 70s.
I think I already feel your accent bubbling up.
Yeah. All right. What the fuck is this? You're
We've
gonna
got
stand in
this
front of me with your fucking dribble.
We've got these 8-foot tall predators. And
I don't know. Maybe we should just call them predators.
Oh, that's where the name comes from.
Yeah, yeah. You know the Predator movie that had the beautiful, stunning Olivia Munn, who played Psylocke, by the way, just to full circle this, who is a trained martial artist. She was in that Predator movie.
The Shane Black Predator movie.
Yes, which I was really excited about because it was
So
Shane
was
Black.
I.
But then it was a fucking turd. He basically rewrote the entire movie and shot it. Like there were so many scenes that we saw, like the Predator in armor, which NECA made, military armor, and then there were like pictures of him in a tank. All of the original concept of the movie was basically completely rewritten, like right before filming or during filming. All the reshoots changed everything. He went on to say, like, well, most of it's shot at night because CGI looks better at night. And it was just like, oh. Yeah,
It
but
was
like
Shane Black said that?
Yeah. That's why they did a lot of nighttime stuff, because you can hide bad CG. Anyway.
Do you know, John, do you know I was in Shane Black's house one day?
For real?
Somebody invited me. I wish that this was because I was like a big Hollywood person, but it wasn't. I knew a guy that got invited to a Shane Black barbecue, and he hits me up. I think everybody else passed, and he goes, "Hey, do you want to go to Shane Black's house?" And I was living in Glendale at the time, and I was like, "Oh, for real?" He's like, "Yeah, he's having a barbecue," and I'm a +1 because this guy that I knew, he was. I think he did like what Ryan Dole did, like supervising, like post supervising. So I was like, "Sure, I'll go." And I went, and he lives in some almost like secret neighborhood where you can miss the entrance in Melrose. It's
Okay.
like it's a whole street, and then there's this tiny entrance, and when you go down the road, there's a guard, and then you get guarded, you get in there, right? And I at the time was driving my 1999 beat up Dodge Caravan that I bought for like $200, when I was like a teenager. And I was so embarrassed. And when I got up to the house, there was valet people, and I was so embarrassed to show up and valet that piece of shit. I ended up driving maybe 3 miles, John, to a parking like area where like because it's a residential, so it's not like there wasn't a lot of like parking where you could where you could just park on the street. So I had to go 3 miles to a place, which I was fine with anyway, because I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want anybody to see me coming out of that car. And so I parked there and I walked 3 miles. So I was sweaty because it was in the summer. I was sweating by the time I got to the door. I already looked the way I look, so people aren't like, "Oh man, here's a real mover and shake." It's almost like a homeless dude. And I walk in, and then I met up with my friend. It was fine. It was obviously a very opulent house. I hung out in the yard. There was 200 people there. It wasn't like an intimate party. I saw him. I think he was on coke. There was another guy called. There's a writer named Max Landis who I think got Me Too'd and canceled like 3 years ago, and he was doing drugs by a pool, and he was also zip lining into the pool. And I was like, this is so fucking stupid. And by the way, I hated everybody. I felt so awkward. I was just with my friend, but I was like, this party sucks. This is like, I'd rather be playing Marvel vs. Capcom. But that
Right.
was my brush of fame with Shane Black. I was in his backyard, one of 300 people.
Jesus. Well, there was controversy in that film anyway, with like a guy he hired on set. It was like his friends, probably that fucking dude that you're talking
Oh yeah, you know what? He had a little clique of friends that were around him, and they all look like douchebags. So, yeah, John Landis's son was there, and I only knew because somebody was like, "Yeah, that's," I forgot his name, but John Landis's son, and I was just their observer, and then um, but uh, but yeah, he is wildly rich. I will say this.
about. The reason I
He was
brought
just
up
there for the zip line.
the reason I mentioned Olivia Munn and all that is like we talked about the Predator. It's like we call him the Predator or whatever. And there's just like so many stupid lines in that movie. You have who I can't think of his name. He was in that um, Paradise TV show, and This Is Us, the actor. But he was like the main guy in Predator. Shit, I can't think of his name. Anyway, he's got this line with the main villain. He's like, "Oh yeah, we call him the Predator," and she's like, "Predator? Well, technically he'd be called this or whatever because it's like if that's what he does, he's not a predator." And they're like,
Right.
"Yeah, we just thought the name was cooler." It was just like, oh god.
Ew.
Sterling Brown, thank you, Sterling K. Brown. Of course, Devin Decker, the fucking internet's real life's Wikipedia. So
Devin
here is
Decker
the
is
link.
AI, by the way.
He is, yeah. I can't. We'll never meet him in person. The link that I just shared for anybody that Boyd 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 Holbrook or whatever is the other the white guy from Wolverine. The link there is to my other channel, which is where I am streaming things. If you want to go over there and subscribe or whatever, and you haven't, just do a favor. And if you decide to watch them, there's a bunch of videos over there. You can watch some things over there. I can just a few hours away, a few hundred hours away from being monetized on that channel, so I can't even accept super chats as we saw today. Sadness in my heart.
That does make me sad. Well, John, you got to fix that shit, dude.
That's why I shared the links, and maybe some people will be Anyway, yes, if you don't know the original story of the Predator Shane Black movie, look up the original story. While it sounds like it would have been kind of a bad movie, it sounds better than what they actually produced. So read up on that. And